people can start losing weight just by making better decisions.
Motivation is driven from the inside out.
Use flexibility as a tool. Rely on structure when it's helpful.
This is where we discuss the possibilities.
Hi guys, welcome to the Diet Doc Life Mastery Podcast. I'm Dr. Kori Propst, Wellness Director and Vice President of the Diet Doc, and I have a very special guest with me today. Her name is Bailey Harrison.
Hello.
Yeah, she's from Lewiston, Idaho. Bailey
Yes.
is our Diet Doc owners. And I'm especially excited to be interviewing her today all about coaching and her mission as a coach and her values, what got her started, how she changes the lives and shifts the trajectories of her clients. So Bailey, it's awesome to have you here. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So let's, if you wouldn't mind, give everyone a little bit of a background. How did you get started as a fitness entrepreneur?
So when I was going to college, I went to college in LeGrand, Oregon. I was originally going out to be a personal trainer, but I didn't actually have all of my healthy eating and things in line either, but from a much different perspective than a lot of my clients. I was definitely needing to gain some weight there. And I actually ran into Brittany, who is another Diet Doc owner. And she ran a group fitness class at the gym that we went to. And she got me off the treadmill and lifting weights with the agreement that she would help me with my nutrition.
Okay.
So,
she bribed you, sister.
What's that?
She bribed you.
Yeah, she did. She's like, I'll teach you how to lift weights if you let me help you with your nutrition. And so it was a fair trade.
Yeah, she knew what you needed. That's awesome.
Yep. And she was at the time getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. And so that really piqued my interest as well. And then after she signed on with the Diet Doc, she was actually my coach for that. And so, but then later, as I was personal training, I got so tired of hearing everybody come in and be like, well, I know how to exercise, but I just can't get my eating down. And so I was like, okay, this is definitely where people are struggling the most, and it'd be more beneficial to everyone if I had more knowledge and could do more of the nutrition side.
Wow. Okay. So your sort of interest in nutrition really came out of your own personal experience and needing that knowledge and understanding to move closer to your goal.
Yeah.
But then within your profession, it was, man, all of these clients are saying the same exact thing about where they're struggling and where their deficits are.
Yeah. Well, I think that not only did I see it through them, but then I also realized like that's where I was struggling the most too. Like no matter how much I was exercising, and how thin I was getting, I wasn't getting the body I wanted because I wasn't eating for that.
Wow. Okay. You're really you're making my brain ping in a lot of different directions, Bailey. And because here's the interesting thing about coaching that I love is that I become a better coach, and kind of fine tune my process of coaching through my personal learning and my personal journeys. Like if I didn't do any level of personal reflection, I think that I would bring so much less to the relationships that I have with my clients. Is that something that you too take very seriously? Is that that personal sort of reflection and building of skills?
Yeah, because if we don't self-reflect, then we don't know what the thought process is for others as they're going on in their journey. And how can you help someone overcome something if you don't know how they're seeing it?
Yeah, now you're hitting on empathy. and
Yeah.
kind of being able to put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Do you have certain practices that you engage in or disciplines of some kind in order to do that reflecting?
I think it takes a lot of like asking of questions to kind of get people's brains turning, and just asking what they were thinking, because sometimes they don't know what they were thinking when they did it.
Okay.
So just being more aware, I guess. But sometimes I feel like even just the logging makes people think about it a little bit more too.
Mm-hmm. So putting it down on paper actually gets people to shift their focus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the asking of a question kind of makes that the center of their attention in a way maybe they hadn't necessarily or weren't necessarily aware of before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So would you, because I'm really interested in what you feel like are your unique skills and capacities as a coach that you bring to your profession. And, you know, yesterday, Joe and I had a conversation in the previous episode about, you know, the 2018 Owner Summit and what we saw all of you guys bringing to the table, and just super cool in terms of self-awareness and just your very individual takes on what you do and why you do it and how you do it. So from your perspective, like what makes Bailey Bailey, and why do people see such results with Bailey?
I think one of the biggest things is just really being positive in general, because people come in here and they don't believe in themselves. They just need someone to believe in them and take that step with them and give them some of the knowledge that they don't have, because there's so much information out there getting thrown at people that they just can't even sort through it, and they don't believe they can.
Wow. Okay.
So just putting that self-belief in people and helping them see that they can do it.
Okay, so it sounds like it's almost a case of your clients come to you with no belief in their abilities or strengths or capacities or whatever, and their movement towards confidence, I guess is what we can call it, because confidence really does come from how we talk to ourselves and what we believe about ourselves. Their move towards confidence comes first from you.
I try to help them achieve that. Yes. Yeah, especially like even this last week, there was someone that came in, and like when she walked in, I could just feel like her energy, like she was just having a terrible week. And I was like, oh no. But I mean, she left with 3 goals, and they weren't super related to nutrition, but I know that if she feels better about herself, she was gonna feel more like being good to herself and feeding herself the right foods.
Wow. Yeah. I just got goosebumps as you were saying that. Like they weren't related to nutrition at all.
No. Like she was going to wake up and tell herself that she was going to have an awesome day. She was going to look in the mirror and tell herself that she loved herself.
Wow.
And she was, every time she said, I can't, she was going to say, I can 3 times, because she said, I can't way too many times in my office.
And it sounds like you pointed that out to her.
Yeah.
Like how do you do that in a way that doesn't come off as kind of demanding or critical?
I think I try to make it more of like a collaboration, like let's make these goals together, so it's not like I'm directing them at her, like you have to do this, or this is what you're doing and you need to do this. So
right, almost like it was her idea.
Yeah.
Like she came in to see you and this is what she brought to you. And okay, cool. So I have a juicy question for you.
Oh gosh, okay.
On the subject of confidence, because it sounds like confidence and positivity are 2 things that are really close to your heart. That's something that you want to instill and build and broaden in your clients. So I have to ask, were those two things that you really struggled with, that you had to work on?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, before I met up with Brittany, like I weighed under 90 pounds. So I was very, very thin, and I remember being very low in confidence and just feeling like my mind was in a very dark place. And it really wasn't until like I started to feed myself well and started to feel better and gain more confidence that I was like, wow, I can feel this awesome, but I couldn't have done that if I didn't have the confidence in what I was doing and in what I was eating.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You know, I often tell my clients that eating is an act of self-compassion.
Yeah.
Just because it's so connected to an appropriate and aware type of nourishment. And it really sounds like you started embodying emotionally something similar, that food actually was more than fuel for you. It was like a vessel that would carry you towards understanding how to care for yourself in more ways than just eating.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm curious. You said your mind was in a dark place.
Yes.
Are you willing to share? Are you comfortable with sharing like what that looks like? What does a dark place in Bailey's mind feel and look like?
Well, if you like think about like the thoughts that go through your mind, like none of those thoughts would have been uplifting for who I was as a person and for how I was perceived through other people. And just like even like going out to do things with other people, like I remember closing myself off from things like that. So I guess like dark and lonely, you know, I mean, as sad as that sounds, but I think that a lot of people kind of end up in a place like that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think a lot of our clients come to us with like in that space.
Yeah.
Kind of scared and feeling that sense of trepidation. And so, I mean, it takes a lot of courage, I think, Bailey, to admit to yourself first, like, okay, here's where I'm at. This is dark. It's not kind. It's not an uplifting space. And my energy is clearly low. And did you realize in the moment, like, my energy this feeling right now and this loneliness is actually created by the way that I'm thinking about my life in these situations? Was that a conscious thought, or did you learn how to do that?
I think that was definitely learned. Like when I was there, I don't think that I could relate the feelings and the thoughts that I was having to that, to my energy or anything like that. It was definitely like looking back and seeing how good I feel now and how connected they are, like seeing where I was to make that connection.
Okay, so specific practices, because you listed 3 things that you're having your client do in order to move closer to a brighter, more enthusiastic, higher energy space, because you know that's going to aid in elevating her confidence. What practices did you use to move out of that space and into a greater level of positivity? Because I think that people listening and viewing, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I need to. That's exactly where I'm
at. I think one of the biggest steps I took was letting Brittany help me, like finding that person that I trusted to kind of open up to and have that support system, like having someone support you and, you know, helping you sort through those things can make a huge difference. But I think trust was a huge thing too. Like it has to be someone that you trust.
So I completely agree with you, like having a sense of safety between you and your coach or whoever you're asking for support from.
Yeah.
How do we build that? Like, how do you build that with your client, knowing that this has to be between us, this trust, this safety, in order for us to do good work together?
I think that a huge thing is just being non-judgmental, and not coming off in any way that's going to make them feel judged, because that's really going to shut people down. And also just, creating a positive environment can also help people kind of feel more relaxed and able to open up.
So, okay, because I'm going to share something with you. I have this practice before I go into client meetings or sessions with my mental edge folks, where like I will take a few really big deep breaths. I'll kind of jump up and down, like to elevate the energy inside of me. And then I'll go over my client's strengths. Like I will review, so this is what this person really excels at. These are the talents, the resources, the capacities of this person. And then I'll review my own. And so I go into my sessions with greater positivity. Like, I love that you use that word, because our brains have a negativity bias. You know, they're literally like Velcro, like sticky thoughts and sticky feelings. And so do you have a deliberate sort of mindset around, okay, going into the session, like, is there a centering for you around, gotta keep this positive, this person needs my energy? Like, what does that look like for you?
Honestly, I think I do more of just trying to start with like a clean slate.
Ooh.
Like, it doesn't matter what just happened or what email I just read that maybe wasn't as positive. I just try to, like, okay, I guess be more present. Like, that's gone, and now this is where we're at right now.
Oh, okay. That's really powerful, Bailey. So blank slate. I don't know what the future holds. I'm going to let whatever occurs unfold, kind of like that.
Yeah. Because every client comes in with a different energy. So if I have a clean slate, I can help kind of bring them to a better energy if they're not there, or embrace the energy that they're bringing in if they're like super excited because they just had an awesome week, or they just hit their goal weight. So I'm better able to kind of embody that energy if it's positive, if I have a clean slate.
Okay, I could see how someone who is like super bubbly all the time, and like, because there's a difference between that and just being internally guided by positivity. So like, if you go into a session and you're always super bubbly with every single client, I agree. I think you could very much miss what they're bringing to you and not be able to meet that adequately.
Yeah, I can like meeting them where they're at, even if it's not where you want to be by the end of when they come in. You can still at least not be overbearing with where your energy's at.
Yeah. Okay. You're trying. There's a conscious thing here for you where you're attempting not to shroud what gifts or energy they're bringing to you with your stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. I'm wondering if you have a guiding mission or principle.
So, it's funny, when we did the activity for doing like our mission statement, which was kind of like guiding us. That one really just stuck with me, and it's actually stayed my screensaver since then.
Now, when was that? How long ago was that?
That was last fall, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just to make the world a better place with more self-love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes, like, if like I have had a bad day or someone did bring like super negative energy, like I always just turn back to that. And it's really nice that it's my screensaver, because I can just tap my phone and it's like, okay, it's right there. It's still my mission. So
you are constantly reminded of it then. Okay, so repeat it: to make the world a better place.
With more self-love.
With more self-love.
Yes.
Okay. Because why self-love and not just love?
Because I think it comes back to that confidence thing. And if you don't love yourself, then I mean, it's really hard to give love to other people or to be healthy, because you're not doing the things that are going to make you healthy if you don't love yourself.
Wow. Yeah. Comes back to that compassion and believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Very cool, Bailey. Okay. So, gosh, I just want to say again how much I really appreciate you taking the time. Do you have any parting words, advice?
Well, I think that if you are out there and you are struggling with your own self-confidence, or you are in a dark place, that don't be afraid to reach out to someone, because they just might be the person that does make you start believing in yourself. So
yeah, you know, I noticed just a few themes running through everything that you said, and it was collaboration, which means there are other people involved. You don't have to, nor can you as well, do it on your own. Connection and confidence. We've got like 3 big C's that were revealed.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Bailey, how can people, if they want to learn more about you or find you, where can they do that?
So there's the Diet Doc Lewiston Facebook page. They can also follow me on Instagram, which is just Dawn at the Diet Doc. So. And
you post some pretty cool things on there. I like following you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Well, all right, Bailey. Thank you so much again. I hope you have an awesome day.
Thanks. I hope you have a great day too, and it was great talking to you.
Thank you, Bailey. And thank you everyone for watching, for listening. Please like, please share, and we would love to hear your comments and feedback. Take care.
Bye.